Over the past couple of weeks, we've had a lot of chatter coming from Gearbox about a potential, next-gen sequel for Borderlands. Randy Pitchford said they're working on next-gen technology, but sort of stopped short of confirming what exactly. And as we've got this now, Borderlands, the pre-sequel, we thought maybe this is it, but it's not. This is Borderlands coming back to Xbox 360. It's, as the name would suggest, a pre-sequel. And what does that mean?
It's not. It doesn't immediately strike you as an obvious title, but essentially it means that it's a sequel to the original Borderlands, but a prequel to Borderlands 2. The key there is that you're seeing out the story of Handsome Jack on the moon that orbits Pandora.
An in-between-quel.
No, it's more like an in-between-quel. That's probably a better way of saying it. But the pre-sequel sort of makes sense too.
It sounds pretty cool. I mean, obviously, Borderlands has had so much DLC. I think it's had like 12 DLC packs released over the 2 years since it came out, and which is insane. And from what we understand from Randy Pitchford, they basically couldn't physically do any more Borderlands 2 DLC. Like, there isn't memory on the game or the console to support it. So we've got this instead, and it's more of the same Borderlands. If you enjoyed Borderlands 2, you're going to love this. If you were hoping for something new, if you're hoping for sort of a revitalization of the core formula, you're not going to get so much of that here.
You are seeing some tweaks, though. I mean, the key issue here is, I think, and you're seeing it in this video, is that we're on a moon. And what's the key thing you're going to get on a moon? Low gravity.
Dust.
Low gravity. So low gravity is going to play a big part in how you play this game. And the other key is that there are going to be areas where you won't be able to breathe. You're going to need that breathing apparatus. How that plays in terms of like time limits outside of certain zones, it's going to be really interesting. But we're basically looking at a sort of a world like Pandora, a bit smaller, but with this really interesting kind of dynamic of gravity, no gravity, breathable air, no breathable air, and how different weapons and things are going to react in those different circumstances. That's a whole new kind of dynamic that we could be playing with here.
I think what's really cool as well is, in the bottom left-hand corner, you can sort of see the oxygen meter running. That not only obviously dictates how long you can stay out in the world without suffocating, but you can also use the oxygen tank as a jetpack, so you can use it to sort of push some air out and get a really sweet double jump going. You can sort of use it to fly up into the air and do like a big butt stomp that AoE attacks everything in the local vicinity, which is really cool. And as you may see in this trailer as well, they've got some new weapons put in. They've got some new elemental effects. The most exciting, I think, is going to be the ice bullets, which let you basically freeze enemies in place, and then you can sort of smash them into pieces and watch their frozen body bits fly into space, that's pretty cool. I'm down with that.
I think other than seeing a Borderlands game come to Xbox One, this was probably the next best thing anyone could hope for. I would say there's been so many DLC packs, and Gearbox has done a great job of delivering more and more content to fans and keeping these games alive way beyond their lifespan really should have allowed. And to see another game come out, albeit as kind of spin-off, a kind of a slightly different take on things, it gives another breath of fresh life to this series. It allows for just one last step over before they move into next gen, and I imagine there'll be plenty of DLC for the pre-sequel as well.
Yeah, I think for me, it is exciting to see. It also goes to show just how powerful the Borderlands brand has become in the last few years. We don't only have this, we've also got the Tales from Borderlands coming from Gearbox. And really, for anyone that's enjoyed their time on Pandora over the last couple of years, they're going to be in a really good time for the next few.